Hey Don, real quick, just going to go over your website and give you some pointers on ranking and teach you a little bit about how Google works and how you can land your own jobs through Google Business Listing as well as your website. So first off, it's a nice looking website. It is very basic. You guys got a lot of nice photos though, so that's cool. But I'm sure it's not ranking at all on Google as of now. When I put it on into one of my tools, it's not showing up as being indexed for any organic keywords. And that could be for two reasons. One reason could be this is a brand new website and Google hasn't had any time to index it. Or number two reason could be there's not enough content for Google to really know what your website is about. Because how Google works is it's a bot that goes on your website and pretty much counts all the keywords that is on the site. And it indexes them to figure out what your website is about. So if you have the word tree service Texas or tree service, whatever the location is that you're trying to target, looks like, see that's one of the issues is you definitely need to have the location all over the website and all over the Facebook page, so that because otherwise Google won't know what your website is about. So it's like your Lubbock. But if I look up here, Lubbock, we only have Lubbock on the website two times, here and here. It's not in any keywords. So you want to have specific phrases and words in the content of the website. For example, tree service, Lubbock, Texas. Best contractors, Lubbock, Texas. Or tree trimming, Lubbock, Texas, etc. Those are the kind of keywords that you want to have in the actual text multiple times. Location specific, niche specific keywords. And by doing that, when Google crawls your website and counts all the words, it's going to know exactly what your website is so that it can better show it to people who are searching for it. So usually when I'm building a website for tree service, I'll build it with about 6 or 7 pages. I have the home page, a tree trimming page, tree removal page, stump grinding page, as well as maybe bush removal page, and then about, services, testimonials, contact, and the gallery page. But right now you only have one page. So this home page is the same as the about page, which the services is just here. So you don't really have a lot of content, just one single landing page. So you're going to want to have, separate pages, and each page you should have a lot of content. On the home page, I go for around 1,500 words of content. On the about page, about 600, and each service page about 400 or 500. Let me show you. It's not showing up right now. One of my websites that I was working on, just as an example. So this is one for Lexington, Kentucky. Sorry, my computer is pretty slow right now. Whatever. I'll show you a different one for now. It's just not loading. Weird. Anyways, so tree removal Lexington. See how I have Lexington on the actual text on this page multiple times. Tree trimming Lexington, tree service of Lexington, etc. Weird. I'll have to look into that later. Anyways, so when I looked up, if I look up on Google, tree service Lubbock, Texas. Let's see who comes up first. My Tree Tech. Is that this one? Yep. So that's this website. My Tree Tech is showing up number 1. Before that, you have a couple other Google business listings. So I'll talk about that in a second. But this guy is doing a pretty good job at SEO. So he has, let's see how many times he has. Lubbock. See, voted best tree care in Lubbock. That's the keyword he's trying to go for. So you definitely need to be getting the keyword. On the home page, he's a little bit low on content, but he has so many other pages that he's able to include lots of content. So this is a great example of a really good website. Another thing you're going to want to have on your website is click to call buttons. That's something that's super important. because on their phone they can just click on it directly and it will automatically call. Also a lead, something asking for a lead form. That's also really important. That's something I would add so that when people actually get to your website, it doesn't just look pretty, but they'll have options to multiple options of ways to become a client. See, when I hover over this, it doesn't do anything. So you'll want to make that clickable so that it automatically calls when they click on it, and then have a form for a quote. So yeah, first thing I would do is add a lot more pages, add tons more content. You're talking, 6,000 words of content with specific Lubbock specific keywords, tree pruning and Lubbock text for example, in the text. So when I put his website in my tool, it's showing that he's indexed for 435 keywords, and he's getting around 200 search traffic every month. So these are the keywords that he's ranking for. Tree trimming Lubbock gets searched 100 times every month. Tree service Lubbock gets searched 80 times. Tree service Lubbock, Texas, TX gets searched 70 times, etc. So you'll want to write down those keywords and include them in the content of the website. The other thing, it's not just all about getting content and building the website correctly. There's another thing called off-page SEO. Which is where you get your business listed, your website listed on a bunch of other websites. So this guy has done a little bit of off-page SEO as well, which is why he's able to rank number 1. So what off-page SEO is, essentially, Google doesn't know which websites have high authority and which ones are trustworthy information. And so it figures out who to show at the top of Google based on how popular the website is. So if the website is being talked about on a bunch of other websites, for example, like a press release or a news website or blogs or other websites, every time that your website address, your URL, is listed on another website, it's called a backlink. It's telling Google that your content is really high quality content because people are referencing it and quoting it and talking about it. And so it'll rank you higher for all of the keywords that you're indexed for. So for that reason, usually ranking on Google is going to cost money. You're going to need to pay somebody to do quality backlink outreach in addition to actually getting the content and the keywords. One last thing for marketing tip, I would definitely make sure your Google business listing is completely filled out and optimized. One thing that I thought is kind of strange for yours is you have all of this. This is only supposed to be your business name, but you're stuffing it with tons of keywords. So that actually is frowned upon by Google. You might get your Google business listing suspended if a Google employee sees that. They only want the exact LLC name to be listed here. None of the long descriptions. Another thing I wanted to go over real quick is your business categories. So I think earlier when I clicked on your website, your Google business listing, and checked it, it only showed your, oops, it's not clicked on the right one. Green tree service. Anyways, it only has you listed as a tree service. There's other additional categories that you want to be listed in. For example, arborist is another one that you could be listed. Tree service, I think there's a tree trimming category. If you do lawn care, you can get listed as lawn care, landscaping. All those other categories will help you be found on Google. Another thing is you want to make sure you have a fully filled out business description, 750 characters. On the wrong one. Is this not you? Texas green. Oh, I think I'm looking at the wrong one. So I'm Texas green and tree landscape. Let me try to find your Google business listing. So when I type in your business name, it should show up right here. But It's just kind of hard to find. So if you don't have a Google business listing, that's going to be the first thing you want to have to create. So it doesn't look like 808-724-4514. Oh, that is you. Okay, yeah. I was looking at the right one then. That's good. So the other ranking factors are making sure you have lots of photos and continually posting new photos and updates on your Google business listing. If your competitors have 30 photos, you want to have 40. You want to just do better at everything. I also post weekly, usually 2 to 3 times a week, different offers and updates on the actual Google business listing. Sometimes I'll also answer questions. I'll always be outreaching and asking for reviews. All of those things are big ranking factors for your Google business listing. The last main one is getting your business listed in lots of citations. So if what a citation is, it's a directory. So things like Yelp, Whitespark, Home Advisor, Thumbtack, etc. Angie's List, all of these are recommended citations. Every time you get your business listed in there, it serves two purposes. One, people are able to find your business through these kind of searches. They'll go on to MapQuest and search tree service near me or Yelp or whatever. And so you'll be able to find customers that way. It also helps Google to verify your information. Having the same address, name, and phone number listed on lots of different directories makes you seem like more of a trusted business, not just a spammer, and you'll rank higher for that reason. So that's the action steps I would suggest. Get tons of more content. Pretty much all you have right now is a basic landing page. You don't really have a website. You need to build an actual website with actual content and lots of different pages in order to really rank. And then the second thing you're going to need to do is get some quality backlinks. Third thing you can do is get some citations. And you can do all that yourself, depending on how good you are at writing and doing web design. You probably will need to outsource backlinking, and you can do citations yourself, although it just takes a bit of time. But yeah, hopefully that answers some of your questions. Let me know if you need any help with this stuff. I'd be happy to help you get some citations or help you build your website if you need that kind of assistance.